Welcome back. Steelers coaching staff is starting to fill back up. Getting some old Packers coaches in, some other random guys. Bills receivers coach, I believe we talked about that briefly on the last episode. But this episode, we're just going to go through who is, where, who we got, and then we'll go over do a little quick first-round mock draft since the Senior Bowl wrapped up. We'll get into that here shortly. But yeah, we're going to start going over this coaching staff here, see if we have any opinions on those and whatnot. But obviously, we have Mike McCarthy in. Not too bad.
Honestly,
we still cool with the hiring. We fully come around to it.
I'm fine with it. Like I said last episode, I feel like the initial overreactions were a little bit necessary because we expected them to go down the younger route. But obviously, they completely went the other way. So
yeah,
I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, give them a chance, see what happens. But I'm not upset with the hiring. But I was expecting the Steelers to kind of go the younger route, get a young offensive mind in there. But nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, like I said last episode, I slowly came around to it. But now we're starting to fill out here. We have, the DC. We've hired him. We brought in somebody for OC, but they declined. They're staying with the Saints.
Yeah, Mr.
We can
Tolson.
talk about that. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, we got in new chief of staff from the Falcons. I think the main thing that's worth talking about is Patrick Graham here as the new DC coming over from the Raiders. A lot of people are up or down on this.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. I mean, if you at least the way I look at it, the Raiders' defense wasn't entirely terrible last year. Granted, it was the Raiders, but he didn't do a bad job. The Raiders' defense kind of turned around at the end of the year last year. So
I was gonna say they probably have one of the lower paid defenses in the league, and then you come over to the Steelers and they have one of the highest paid.
I also saw some similarities between the defenses too. I mean, good edge rushers. That's one big thing that kind of sticks out to me. So, be interesting to see what goes on there.
Yeah, we hired a Signetti. Did you see that?
I did see that from IUP, former Pitt offensive coordinator.
Yeah. I don't know. His role isn't specified yet, but
he's probably gonna be like an offensive assistant or something like that.
Probably, yeah. But yeah, we're mostly just waiting for OC, special teams coordinator, D-line coach. And obviously we talked about Scott Tolzien. That'd have been nice to bring him in, but
it would have.
He probably, since he wouldn't be calling plays, he probably didn't really want it. Mike McCarthy's going to be calling our plays here. But yeah, I mean, one of the main things I'm hearing and seeing as well in these articles is they're supposed to have a bigger staff than what Mike Tomlin would have, which I think is one of his downfalls.
Yeah.
Whenever he would decide on when to challenge a play, he'd look at the Jumbotron for the replay of the play instead of having somebody up in the booth that can have access to some sort of better camera angles to challenge that play. So,
and if you see a lot of these other teams, their staffs are huge. And the Steelers, they
were
want to do it, which I don't see the philosophy behind that, but you'd think the more the merrier.
Yeah, I'm just hoping they decide to bring more people in. We'll see what Mike McCarthy does. That was kind of one of the main things I liked about a newer coach is he's going to have a bigger staff. Newer coaches seem like they're big on analytics.
Which I don't mind. I don't mind that at all. But another hire I was kind of excited about was James Campen. I don't feel like the Steelers had a legit offensive line coach since Mike Munchak, which was years ago. Almost
as you can tell
10 years ago, I feel like.
Our first-round lineman play with Broderick Jones. Yeah.
Should be interesting. But there was another. Oh, yeah. Raymond Chin-Young Sr. I was upset that Faulkner left anyway and then proceeded to go to the Ravens, a division rival. But it should be interesting to see what he does as well. I mean, Cowboys didn't have too bad of running backs, so we can see what happens there, especially with Warren, and maybe that could be like a bargaining chip for bringing back Gainwell. So.
Oh yeah, I said I don't think he'll be back. I'm sticking by that. Yeah, I'm sticking by. I don't think he's gonna be back.
I don't know.
I think it'll be too much money, especially with that they need to bring in They need to re-sign a corner. They gotta get probably more receivers, more linemen.
Honestly, I think he'll probably want to take a cheap deal. Honestly, but once again, we never know.
Starter money after last year.
Yeah.
Last Steeler thing before we get to this mock draft here, we have Nick Herbig. You hearing about that? You heard about the news about Nick Herbig?
What, wanting to trade?
I don't know necessarily want to trade, but he wants to start.
Okay.
He's tired of getting the Mickey Mouse snaps.
Because I've been seeing things about even trading Herbig. I know that he kind of, wanted to be a starter, especially after last year.
Mm-hmm.
Showed a lot of really, really good flashes, but I saw that he could either be a victim of a trade or Highsmith, one of those two. But if I was GM to trade somebody, it would probably be Highsmith. Free up that starting spot.
Me, I mean, I wish it was possible to move Watt's contract, but
He's stuck.
Yeah,
he's stuck.
It's unfortunate. I'd say that's the one I would trade just because, how much money he's making, but no one's going to take that contract on. It's really immovable. So, and then even if you do trade him and they're going to pay some of it, you're not going to get as much draft capital back. So
probably like a third.
You're kind of just stuck. He's got, 2 or so more years left on his deal?
I wouldn't be surprised if he just retires after his contract. I mean, he's getting up there in age anyway.
Yeah. I mean, based off last season's production, he's teetering down. I mean, I'd love to see him have a bounce-back season because we're paying him so much money.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, it is what it is, I guess. Figure it out because, I don't know. You're going to be losing somebody. I'd prefer it to be the oldest one.
Me too.
And it's not going to happen.
Unless he has, a resurgence like Cam does every year somehow. That would be very, very good for this team.
That would be nice.
And defense.
Yeah, I mean, more money to spend on the offense. That would be nice.
I wanna see how we rank on
spending,
offensive expenditure.
Spending. It's got to be one of the lowest in the league. Probably 32 to 28. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah,
maybe lower.
Sounds about right.
But with paying the defense number one, it's probably lowest in the league, just because all the money's shipped over to the defense. But with that said, we're gonna get to our mock draft here. We'll see if they spend a pick on defense.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I don't know too much about early defense. I mean,
no,
unless there's a really, 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 really good value pick. But still, offense has all the way.
All right. So we're going to go first pick here. I'm taking the odd picks. Amir's got the even picks. But we're just going to get this first pick done. It's going to be Fernando Mendoza. It's pretty
evident.
Pretty evident.
Pretty evident there.
Need a quarterback. Who did they hire as head coach? I don't even remember. It
just happened.
Oh, it's the Seahawks OC.
Kubiak, right?
Yeah. I forget which of the brother or which first name that
Clinton
is.
or Clay. It's one of the two.
I think it's Clint. But yeah, the Seahawks OC. He's going there. And then we got the Jets here. You're on the clock, Amir.
I honestly, I don't think that the Jets are going to go on the offensive side here. I mean, a lot of the top defensive guys are still here, so I'm going to go with Ohio State Arvil Reese. I think that will be a pretty good pick. Nice little solid linebacker right here for the Jets. Even though they need a quarterback, I don't see any of these other quarterbacks going this early.
Yeah.
So, Arvil Reese, Ohio State.
I like that. He's a little hybrid edge guy, play off the ball, good instincts. I think if he fully says he's going to be an edge, he's probably going to go higher here.
Yeah.
I like him better than Reuben Bain, which Reuben Bain is they don't even have his weight listed, but he's giving James Harrison vibes. He's short and bulky. He's got some short arms though. So
hey, more explosive though. That's also the kind of thing you got to look at.
There's even a chance he might slip inside. But no, we have the Cardinals here, and I'm gonna go Spencer Fano out of Utah.
I would have went with that pick as well. It was either between him or the cat out of Miami. I can't say Malinois. I think that would have been a pretty solid pick. But going up with the Titans here, they're in a pretty interesting spot, honestly. That offense is interesting. But I think here we're going to see. I'm torn between one of our receivers up here, but I see that they need a running back, so I'm gonna go with Mr. Jeremiah Love out of Notre Dame.
Oh wow, top 5.
Top 5.
See, I'd usually see him get to like 8 or 9, but he's going mad early. Okay, then we got the Giants here. I'm not really liking receiver this early for the Giants. They got enough edge rushers, I'll tell you that for free. I'm in between Sonny Styles and Caleb Downs. I think I'm gonna go with Sonny Styles just because I think he's a more complete linebacker compared to Caleb Downs is just a safety. Caleb Downs is more of a box safety. He's not really, he's shown good stuff in coverage, but you're not gonna take a number 5 pick for a box safety.
And then with the Browns here, they're going offensive line. They got to protect Shadur because Shadur has never had an offensive line in his entire college career.
He's a Pro Bowler now.
Yeah, anyone could be a Pro Bowler nowadays. But this is where I also thought Spencer could have went out of Utah, but I'm going to go with Francis Mauigoa out of Miami.
Mauigoa, there we go. Now we're on Washington. What are we thinking here? I'm pretty much just in between Reuben Bain and David Bailey. And I think David Bailey kind of just has the better tools, longer arms for an edge guy. So I'm going to go David Bailey here. Not that I think they're both pretty much in the same tier. It's just, you got to go with the measurables a little bit more, especially if you're going this high.
And then with the Saints here, I think this is where our first receiver will be going, and that will be Jordan Tyson out of Arizona.
Okay. See how that pairing goes with seems like they got their new franchise QB with Shuck. Yeah.
Hey, not going to lie, his Madden rating not lying either. It's a 79.
Oh, wow.
As of right now.
I would say he was playing pretty good towards the end there. And then we have the Chiefs here. Now they're salty that Jeremiah Love's went
gone.
Number 4.
Hey, well, this also might be interesting. Love could also fall to the Saints, which would be a little interesting too if you're saying that 8 and 9 range. So,
Here, I'm probably in between Cornell Tate and Reuben Bain. I think Reuben Bain here to the Chiefs kind of just like a slam dunk. Easy value. Easy pick, more rush, more defense. I think they'll be able to get some sort of receiving option here in the second round with how high they're picking. So, and honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if there's buzz of Love going earlier than 9 that they might even trade up just because they're this high. They might as well go for it.
Citing that the Bengals need some help in the trenches there. Just kind of looking at the defensive line guys, I don't see anyone that I think could go this early, especially interior offensive line. I don't see anyone either, so I'm going best value pick here. It's going to be Mr. Caleb Downs out of Ohio State.
Yeah, they need pretty much anything on defense, so.
Yeah, we could tell.
It's not too bad of a pick there. Now, this is an interesting spot here for the Dolphins. Their defense is so bad. Their quarterback is horrible. Little sleeper pick. I'm not going to do it on this mock here, but Ty Simpson, if he puts together the next Bama quarterback that might sell their franchise. But I'm thinking here we're going to go corner. I'm going to go with Jermod McCoy. And I'm pretty sure this is there's 2 Tennessee corners in this draft. I'm pretty sure Jermod McCoy has not played in a year. But when he played the previous year, he was looking pretty good. Yeah, he did not play, but he had a torn ACL, but he'll be at the combine. But whatever he put on tape last year, everybody's loving it, and I've been seeing him go pretty high here in most of these mock drafts. So that's what we're gonna go with. Dolphins need. They were like at one point the Dolphins had Artie Burns on their roster, as one of their top 3.
Steelers legend Artie Burns.
Yeah, they definitely need some help there.
But I'm going with the Cowboys here. feel like a lot of those edge rushers going early kind of hurt the Cowboys in this spot. So, honestly, just looking at the running backs, I don't see anyone that will be able to go right now.
No.
So, I'm going to probably go with some of the value picks here. And why not Carnell Tate? Why not Carnell Tate to the Cowboys? I mean, George Pickens, who knows what's going to go on with him? He's probably going to be a free agent. So
he might not go back, yeah.
We'll see. So I'm going to go with Carnell Tate.
I don't know if they got the money for it,
Yeah.
And then here with the Rams, I'm just thinking Mansour Delane. There we go.
I think that's a really
get some
good
corners
pick.
in there. You can kind of tell in that championship game they're a little outmatched in the secondary, especially against the receivers, mostly JSN. But they're getting picked apart there a little bit in that championship game.
100%.
So we'll bolster up that secondary there.
And, the Ravens are in need of some offensive linemen. But, there's also this kind of philosophy that the Ravens can't develop receivers. But with a kind of new coaching staff down there, Mekhi Lemon.
Go Mekhi Lemon?
Yes, I think they're going to switch everything up, go receiver here, which is interesting for the Steelers.
Yeah, they're flying off the board right now. And we have the Buccaneers. I think this is where we go with, let's see. I'm going to go with, I think we're going to have another corner go. I'm going to go with, in between Avian Terrell and Colton Hood. Colton Hood kind of stepped into that role with Jermon McCoy out this year. But I'm going to go with Avian Terrell. I think he's just going higher in general.
Nice. And then we got the Jets again. So if you look again, the Jets drafted Arvell Reese, linebacker, edge rusher-esque player here. So I think they're going, I think they're going to bolster up on that defense. I think this is where we'll probably see the first defensive lineman fall with Peter Woods.
Peter Woods,
out of Clemson. I don't know too much about Cassius Howell, but maybe that could be like an interchangeable pick right there as well. A lot of defensive
I'm thinking either
guys here.
Caleb Banks or probably either Caleb Banks there probably because they just traded away Quinnen Williams.
Yes.
So they want to fill on that interior defensive spot there. But with the Lions here, I'm going to go Keldrick Falk out of Auburn. Get another guy off the side of Aiden Hutchinson.
And the Vikings here. I feel like the Vikings are always in need of the secondary help. I don't understand it, but I think we're going to see. Oh, did he get drafted? Oh, we might have drafted him already.
Avian Terrell.
There was another cornerback.
Colton Hood?
Mr. Colton Hood. There we go. You were just talking about him a second ago. We might see Colton Hood sneak up here and fall to pick number 18.
All right. Now we have the Panthers. I'm going to go with Caleb Banks here. It's a pretty good value. He's pretty much lit the Senior Bowl up, especially on some one-on-one drills. So that's my pick for that right there.
Now we're back to the Cowboys here. The Cowboys drafted Carnell Tate with their first pick. But this would be another interesting spot to see if there's like a trade up maybe, trade down.
Maybe, yeah.
We don't know, but right here, need some defensive help, so let's take a look at Cassius Howell. I mean, he actually didn't look too bad, honestly, stat-wise, from what I can see here. So I'm going to go with Cal, staying in the state of Texas.
Okay. Now we're at the Steelers. Going to do a little the favoritism noise here. Look who's at the top of our board.
Wow, like we planned that, right?
Denzel Boston. That's pretty much who I'd pick and who I've always seen mocked there. So that's just what it's going to be. And then we have the Chargers here with pretty much the worst O-line in the league towards the end of the season.
I don't know how.
Both their tackles
Everyone
got injured.
decides to get hurt.
Yeah. But yeah, you're up. I think I see
a guy right here.
Easy
Mr. Alone out of Penn State. Vega. But see, just listen. Let me explain. I don't think they need a tackle. I would have went Caden Proctor if they were in desperate need of tackle help.
I'm cool with the pick. I was laughing how you're pronouncing his name. I mean, not that I know how to pronounce it.
I was just putting that out there because I've seen Proctor going a little bit early as well. So, Olave Vega, Loane, or something. I don't know.
Owane, it sounds right. I'm pretty sure. All right, Chargers go guard here at Penn State, and now we're up to the Eagles.
Huh.
And this is pretty much just like
interesting.
What they need, what's BPA, you know. I'm honestly thinking a safety might even be worth grabbing here. Just so they can keep their dudes at corner. So right here I'm probably in between Kenyon Sadiq.
I was thinking that for the Eagles.
Which I would be interested. Kenyon Sadiq or a safety. I think it might be a little too high for some of those safeties. So I'm going to go Kenyon Sadiq here.
I was even thinking another edge rusher. I mean, I feel like the Eagles, they give you the blueprint to having a semi-successful defense. Just stock up on those edge rushers.
I'm going to go Kenyon Sadiq, though. I'm liking. I think they got Goddard, right? Too,
yeah.
So I think it's going to be a pretty good duo there.
Now, with the Browns already going with a tackle early on, very, very early on, Casey Concepcion, receiver, Texas A&M right here. So,
Concepcion. Now we're at the Bears here. Go interior. Maybe even. I think this might be.
Thieneman.
Potential safety pick.
I'm a huge fan of Thieneman, though. I'm not gonna lie with you.
I'm actually gonna go with C.J. Allen out of Georgia.
All right.
Linebacker. Right there.
C.J. Allen. Going with the Bills. I feel like they always need help on that defensive side of the ball. I feel like they're in a really odd spot. Football purgatory, I would even say. But right here, I think this is where we'll see another edge rusher linebacker. So I'm going to go with T.J. Parker out of Clemson.
Okay.
Quite a few Clemson guys going in this first round.
And they weren't even good this year.
Yeah. This is how it falls, I guess.
All right, now we're with the Niners. I'm going to go. This is where our first safety is going to go. I'm going to go with Emmanuel McNeil-Warren out of Toledo. Big hitter. Get a little presence there on defense. I'm pretty sure their defense was falling apart towards the end of the year. So
well, I mean, their whole entire team is hurt.
Yeah. They're looking into that substation there.
I saw that. My mom's a Niners fan. I was telling her that. I was like, this is the reason why your team's always hurt. But, I got looked at like I had three heads. But right here, pick 28. I feel like this is a BPA situation. But I would go with Caden McDonald. But there's just something about those Georgia Bulldogs. Something about those Georgia Bulldog defensive linemen that I think are insane. So Christian Miller, I think, will go here to the Texans.
Okay. And now we have the Rams up. And previously we had them take corner. So now we got some tackles here. I'm going to go with Caleb Lomu out of Utah. Second Utah tackle taken here in the first round.
The Utes.
Yeah. Some guard flexibility. And but yeah, I like him more than Caden Proctor. Proctor's a little raw, and he's giant, but I feel like the Rams are more ready to roll. So,
but I'm actually taking a look at Denver. I don't know how big their need for any kind of edge rusher is, but I'm looking at Akeem Mesidor out of Miami. I just kind of want to look at his intangibles first. 6'3", 280. Yeah, this guy's not a linebacker. Not a linebacker build. The running back position, I feel like we're not going to see any running backs taken this early again.
Not another one, yeah.
So I feel like the Broncos are in potentially a trade back situation as well. Maybe, we never know. But just because I think that we're going to see Anthony Hill Jr., linebacker out of Texas, taken. I feel like they're going to try to plug that linebacking hole that they kind of had. But We'll
Is
see.
that what you're going with?
Yep, Anthony Hill Jr.
All right, now we're at the Patriots here.
Actually, looking at Anthony Hill, he's also another pretty stocky dude.
Here I'm in between these two tackles we got. I think this is a good range for Proctor here. Get sturdy up that line for Drake May. We'll see how he fares in the Super Bowl.
Should be interesting.
This
weekend.
Sunday. Yeah. We're going to go Proctor here out of Bama.
Then with the Seahawks.
Last pick.
Honestly, I feel like they're really good on the offensive side of the ball. So, right here, maybe a best player available kind of thing going on here. So, I don't know if they have a really big need at defensive line going into this offseason, but I think Gaten McDonald. I mean, that seems like he's the best player available here, even though they need some offensive line help. But I'm sure that can be. I'm sure that can be. Yeah.
I was gonna say I don't think there's really many centers.
Well, I was also looking at Abney out of Arizona State, but I haven't heard much about him. Gotta look a little bit more into him going here into this offseason.
I was even thinking maybe even Thieneman out of Oregon.
I'm a little biased here. That's probably the worst thing to say, but I hope Thieneman falls to the Steelers in some way, shape, or form. That's really it.
I mean, those are our first rounder. We got Steelers. Maybe we might be seeing Denzel Boston or what's his face Concepcion mock there for until the end of April. So
I mean, I'm just also thinking
there's some kind of movement.
Like, if the Steelers could somehow have Jordan Tyson fall to them, I wouldn't hate it. I would not hate it at all. Arguably the best receiver in the draft. I'd take that in a heartbeat. So I feel like
I like Mekhi Lemon better. I'm not gonna lie.
I feel like Lemon has more of the size.
No, they're about the same size, but no. Jordan Tyson, he's injury prone. I don't want any more injury prone.
Wrong. Sorry, I was talking about Boston. He has the size.
You meant to say Denzel
yeah,
Boston.
Boston has
got
the size.
Yeah. But no, if I had to pick out of the top three, I'd probably go Mekhi Lemon just because he is a smaller route runner, savvy guy with actual good ball skills. I mean, granted, he's 5'11", but it's DK's 6'3", 6'4". I mean, we've had these little dwarfs at receiver, but I'm pretty sure Mekhi Lemon.
We still have some dwarfs at receiver.
Plays pretty big, so we'll see what continues with that. But yeah, we'll give our quick Super Bowl predictions and we'll wrap it up here. So we got the Patriots Seahawks. I'm pretty sure the Patriots are wearing the white uniforms. Usually, the team wearing the white uniforms wins.
They're losing.
So that goes.
I'm going with the Seahawks, honestly.
Yeah, I'll go Seahawks by what's my prediction? I want to say 38-14. I think it's not really going to be that close.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
You remember that Seahawks-Broncos Super Bowl?
Oh, yeah.
Something like that.
Okay.
If you're looking at those, if you watch those championship games, you look at the Patriots-Broncos, didn't really look that good. Mm-hmm. And you see the Seahawks, they've just been killing dudes in the whole playoff run. So
I can see that. Honestly, I think it's going to be a high-scoring game no matter what. I do think there's going to be a pretty interesting turnover margin going on.
I feel like that Seahawks defense is pretty solid.
I feel like the Patriots can put up points, even though they kind of laid a dud
against the Broncos.
Well, I feel like in the playoffs
just
they kind of did, but
yeah,
I'm probably going to go around the realms of probably a 35-24, something along that range. I feel like the Patriots are going to put up points. I mean, it's the biggest game of the year. Expect them to come out, playing good ball. But Seahawks are high octane, man. With JSN, that offense, the defense, I think they'll be in a good spot to take it away by a double-digit lead. So.
I am sticking with my pick. I think it's not going to be close. Maybe it'll be close for a little bit, but I just think the Seahawks are a way better team. And I honestly, which is interesting, I think their quarterback has been playing better than Drake May. And Drake May is an MVP candidate.
No, okay, this is really funny. I still won't forget.
Unless
Steelers
the ghosts come back for Sam Darnold, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah. He actually looks semi-decent, so that's a good thing.
Pretty solid. all you need with how that team's constructed and how well that defense plays is just someone that's not going to turn the ball over.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's going to be it for this episode here. And we will talk to you after the Super Bowl. Maybe some more Steelers news will break by then.
See you next week.
We'll see you next week.